Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We are here for episode 5 of our Formula 1 24 My Team Career Mode. We are here at the Emilia Romagna blah blah blah, don't mean any disrespect, Grand Prix or feature race weekend, whatever you want to call it, because we're still in F2, so technically I don't think it's a Grand Prix. But anyways, we're here for qualifying. If you guys have not seen the last video, be sure to go and watch that. It was a pretty good weekend, I would say. Not a great qualifying, but our race pace proved to be very, very good, as we did start pretty much at the back of the grid, made our way all the way to the front. But again, if you guys haven't seen that, be sure to go watch that before watching this one. Anyways, we're here for qualifying in Imola, as I said before, and the qualifying pace not improving from last weekend, as we have found ourselves at the bottom of the order. Once again, even in the practice sessions, we were not very quick, so I'm a little worried here that we might be going back-to-back races, in the final 2 rows of the grid as we drive through turns 4 and 5 with a 4.5 second advantage over the previous lap. Those were, once again, just some warm-up laps, trying to burn as much fuel as possible. But we're sitting at the back right now with Stanek, Nissany, Maloney, and Leclerc, some familiar faces from the last video, and we may be battling them again, but we're gonna try our best here to at least start maybe in the points. I think that would be a good marker coming off of the last qualifying, because that didn't go well, and then the difficulty up at 105 doesn't really help us, only make things a little bit harder. But we are here for the challenge as we rip right through the chicane. And we are currently sitting at a 1:10 with a 10-second advantage. It's not really a good benchmark to kind of tell where we are on pace in terms of the other cars. So we're going to have to wait until we find out when we cross the line here through the final 2 corners. Getting right out of the exit, putting the power down, turning on the DRS. We cross the line. It's a 127.6. And we are 0.8 off of Leclerc, is my understanding from that little graphic on the top left. But not good. So we try and go again, but the tires are just gone at this point. We actually lose it through the final corner. We weren't really going to improve anyways. I think we were like 7/10 down on our own previous lap. So once again, we are going to be starting at the back of the grid. This time though, literally right at the back in P22 alongside Roy Nissany. So hopefully we can have a good race here. Let's get right into it, guys. Okay, I swear, this is not on purpose, but once again, we're starting from the back of the grid. Last race we started P21, so a little bit better than last time, but we're back here once again with Roy Nissany, and qualifying is just not good for us at all, so we're going to be looking here to do the exact same thing that we did in the last video and just plow our way through the grid. Why are my brakes locking up, and what the hell? But yeah, we're trying to do the exact same thing that we did in the last race, make our way through the field. Now, Imola might be a little bit harder because it is a harder track to overtake at, but obviously it's a long run down to turn 1, so we're going to need a good start off the line, and then hopefully we can get through some of these guys, and then once that DRS gets activated, make our way through more people, and then hopefully get ourselves at least into the points. My brakes keep locking up. I don't know what it is. Why do they keep locking up? Stop it. But I think this has always been a thing in F2 where in quali the AI are just insane, and then their race pace drops come the sprint and the feature races. I think it's just so people like me can get into F1 a lot easier because, Formula 1 ain't taking no back markers in Formula 2, so we gotta prove it here that even with this adjusted difficulty, we are worth the seat in F1. Let's get on the line here. Hopefully we get a good start. Let's see what we can do. All right, here we go for the Imola sprint race. We got 5 red lights. This race is underway, and we got a lot of wheel spin to start once again, and we don't even get past Roy Nissany to go down into turn 1, so we are starting all the way at the back, and the start is not going to help us here, as, oh my god, we almost ran right into the back of Roy Nissany, but a lot of traffic here, and we are squeezing our way through as we're trying to get past Maloney here side by side through turn 3. Down into turn 4, Arthur Leclerc, Beauchamp in front of us. There's some people I have been seeing a lot more often in these races, including Stanek here, not Maloney. Maloney is behind us, but we're just going to dive down the inside here of, I believe this is turn 7. I'm learning the turn numbers here. And we are right in front of Stanek, and we're going to clip him, not clip him, but etch him out into the next turn here, keep that position. And we are now in race mode here. We're trying to get past Leclerc. Again, like in the last video, we need that traffic to stick around for as long as possible, because that's the only way I seem to be able to get through. The AI not very aggressive, and the brakes finally seem to be warmed up now, so we're not locking up through the chicane. Oh, a little bit of wheel spin. We're going to get DRS here on Arthur Leclerc. Oh, never mind. He locks up. We're going to get DRS anyways, but Leclerc locks up, goes wide. The F2 drivers are very prone to locking up on this track, and now we got a little bit of a gap to Beauchamp here as we move up into P18. A measly P18. I don't know if we got the pace to cut through the field here. We're going to have to get really lucky. Again, we're going to need this traffic to stick around, but we're trying our absolute best here. We got the pedal to the metal, trying to see what we could do, but this is not going to help us in the Drivers' Championship either if we can't score any points here today. Oh, I broke way too early there. Lost my focus a little bit. And now we are going to be under threat from Stanek as he's going to get DRS here. We put up a purple sector 3 though. The AI don't take that chicane properly, but Stanek is getting a run here, and he might try and overtake us down to turn 1. So we're going to have to play the inside lane here and just block him off. In order to keep this position here, I don't think we're going to be getting through the field. This might be a quick video, guys. I think we're screwed here. Stanek is going to have DRS. He is going to pass us. And now Maloney as well is trying to make a move on us here. But we're just going to block him off. I think he had a little bit of contact with us. Oh, we got a yellow flag. We got a yellow flag. Yellow flag, please save me. Oh, someone went off. That might have been, was that Maloney? Or that might have been Leclerc, honestly. But someone went off, and, oh my god, this is so bad. We're having a horrible race here today. That 105 difficulty really just slapping us around right now. I thought we were going to be quicker in the race, but I think we're actually a little bit slower, as, our fellow backmarker here, Roy Nassani, he is now right behind us, and he's going to be trying to go for a move very soon. He's going to get the help of that DRS, and as you can see, Stanek already just breaking away from us. Our tires, too, are already starting to go. I mean, actually, we are halfway through the race, so I guess 20% is somewhat justifiable, but Roy Nassani, oh my god, hello, Roy Nassani. He is not trying to go for a move here. He's just going to stick right behind us. I will take that if you're not going to go for a move. And Maloney out of the session here. Please be a safety car. That's the only thing that could save me right now is a safety car. But it doesn't look like we're going to get one here, as he doesn't seem to be in the way of anything. So we continue halfway through this race. I think we're just going to fast forward towards the end here, because I don't think there's going to be much more action. We're just trying to keep Nassani behind us at this point. Alright, so we are headed on to the last lap, and it's been a awful race. It's a battle for last place between myself, Leclerc, and Nassani, but that 105 difficulty really just kicked us around in this one, and it looks like we're going to be coming in P20. Maloney DNF'd, and then Crawford locked up a few corners ago, but he does not count for this battle for last place because of the lockup. Actually, we might actually take last place because we just got off the track. It's been a horrible race for me. Just cannot get any rhythm, and the AI is a lot faster, so very discouraging today. We bumped it up to 105, and it's not looking good so far, but we're going to stick with it for now, see what we can do in the feature race, which is probably going to be even more painful than this one, but who knows, maybe we'll get lucky with some safety cars or something. You got to be in it to win it. Well, let's cross the line here in a pitiful P20. Oh, man. Okay, let's get into the feature race. Hopefully it goes better than this. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you guys. This might be a pretty short video if we can't overtake a few drivers to start, because our pace this weekend is very awful. 110 difficulty, not helping us at all. And race line as well is off. Not making excuses, we're just adjusting. And we're gonna see what we can do here. As we almost ram into the back of Dasani on the formation lap. Driver's going a little bit slow here. But like in the sprint race and in the last race weekend, we need traffic to be very high if we want any hopes of moving our way up the grid. The goal is to get into the points, but even that seems like a very lofty goal after our performance in the sprint race. Who knows? Things might change here. We could get lucky with strategy as well, as we will be pitting in this one, and that means with a longer race that there's going to be higher odds of a safety car or red flag, something like that. So hopefully we got a little bit lucky. We just got to stay in it, put the quickest laps in that we possibly can. We put ourselves in a good spot though. We built up a little bit of a cushion to the leaders out front. We got to keep an eye on Vesti and I believe Awasa are the two drivers who are right behind me in the Drivers' Championship. But let's get on the grid here, and hopefully we have a good feature race. All right, here we go for the Imola feature race. Hopefully we don't get wheel spin this time, as we are going to get off the line. 5 red lights. This race is underway, and we are going to overtake Roy Nasani right off the start. He is on the rear axle though. He's gonna have that inside line down into turn 1, and we're gonna see if we can just squeak by some drivers here. Take it nice and easy through the first 2 turns, and we are wheel to wheel with Maloney trying to get past him. Wheel to wheel pushes us a little wide off the track down into turn 3. And again, nice and easy. Just we got to take advantage of this traffic here. We're gonna ram it down the inside of turn 5, or what is this, turn 6? Might be turn 7. But we're gonna get right up on Arthur Leclerc once again in the dams, and let's see, we can go for a dive bomb down into the penultimate corner here and just beat him on the brakes, take the inside line and slice him out, put us up in a P40. So already a better start than we had in the last race, where I don't think I think we got maybe 1 or 2 spots, but then after that, we were just playing DRS tag for a bit, finished in P21, and already we're starting to fall back a little bit as Leclerc trying to go for a move here. But Leclerc is going to get DRS, and after just 4 laps, we've already found ourselves 2.5 seconds behind the pack as Boshang. Leclerc locks up. Holy, everyone lock it up in this F2 career mode, but Leclerc's going to lock up. He's going to go straight onto the dirt. And then Stanek almost had a run at us into turn 1. And now we're just driving to survive, really, because we have no pace at all. I hate to admit it, but we suck today. And this is just not our weekend. We're just going to see what we can do. We need to get really lucky with the safety car or something if we want any hopes of making a significant impact on the weekend. If not, it's going to be a cruise here. Just cruise into the finish line, but let's see. We're just going to keep our head down, and hopefully something happens here. Oh, Watts out of the session. All right, so there's one lucky thing already. Just a few corners later. I don't think that'll be a safety car. He seems to be in a pretty safe spot. Oh, never mind. We got a VSC. We got a VSC. We're going to pit here. We're going to pit right now. We're just going to do it. Oh, red flag. Wow. Okay, so red flag. Awasa somehow caused that red flag, I think. So we're headed into the pits here. We got a few spots from the start of the race, so we're going on to the mediums for the rest of this race, and hopefully we get a good start once again, take a few more spots, and then who knows what happens after that. Maybe we can get another red flag. I think the start is where we seem to get the most overtakes. After that, we kind of just lose pace, but let's head back into it. Let's see what we could do here with not a few laps to go. We still got like over half the race. But here we go. Once again, starting at P14 this time. Can we get a good start off the line? We got 5 red lights, and we got a lot of wheel spin. I cannot put the power down right away, and we don't get a good start at all. We don't overtake anyone. It seems like the 110 or 105 difficulty AI. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, I was not ready for that, but because of that, we're actually going to get a few spots here. We're going to pass Boshang. And we're going to pass our teammate for sure. Fittipaldi gets tied up with Miney. And now we're side by side going down into turn 3, turn 4. Aldo, with a little bit of luck, we find ourselves to be right outside the points behind Miney. And I'm not even sure what car this is, but Hauger's in front of him in P9. I'm pretty sure P9 is the final point spot. So let's see if we can just dive down the inside of Hauger. No contact, but we did shove him wide there. Being super aggressive, trying to get up the grid before everyone starts to spread out, or at least before we start to fall behind everyone. See if we can get into DRS range of Hauger, which we are not anymore. But there is still a little bit of traffic. So let's see if we can close in here. Oh, and look at that. Benavides is going to lock up as we rode that curb a little too hard. Benavides locks up. And we are now right on his bumper as Hauger was starting to pull away from us a little bit. So we're just going to go for another dive bomb. No, we're too far back this time. And I don't think we'll get DRS because we need 2 laps for the DRS to reset here. Daruvula puts up the fastest lap at the 1:28.1, and for reference, we got a 1:29.7 as our fastest lap, and Miney is running right alongside us down into turn 1. We're going to be going side by side here. We're going to have to beat him on the brakes and then cut him off into turn 2, give him a little space through turn 1. And get that back, but Hauger and Benavides are already pulling away as we were just right behind him, and I was trying to see if we can get an overtake done on him. Yeah, there's no consistency coming out of us today, Mark. I'm going to be completely honest with you. As you can see, we're locking up. We're very slow, holding on for dear life, and we got a little bit of luck in our hands right now. Oh, look at that. Daruvula, just putting up the fastest lap, has also locked up, and we got a safety car. Safety car is out. Are we going to get another red flag? Okay, so safety car is exactly what we needed. We are getting very lucky here. It's almost like the AI is listening to me right now. But we are going to get a chance here to get back up with the field up front. And that'll give us an opportunity to overtake. Unfortunately, we won't have that standing start to get the jump on the drivers in front. We're going to have to overtake them on raw pace, but I'm not going to complain about it because better than nothing. With Daruvula locking up into turn 1, causing that safety car, we have found ourselves in the points somehow. We are by far the slowest driver on the grid. I can say that with the utmost confidence. But somehow we find ourselves in P9. We're holding up the drivers behind us as best as we can. We've made some good overtakes where we needed to, and because of that, we are holding on to a point position here. Now the question is, obviously, can we hold on to that point spot? We're going to find out here as we get reset, and Benavides already gets the jump on us here. And Miney, 0.4 of a second back. It looks like an even gap between myself, Benavides, and then myself and Miney. But Miney is closing in. This slipstream seems to be a little bit OP as we head down into turn 1. Not too much traffic because everyone is starting in a line, single file. So now let's see. I think Benavides is going to pull away. We might just have to focus on holding back Miney unless we get really, really lucky with another safety car or another red flag. But we're heading out to lap 15 here. We've somehow managed to keep up with Benavides and the rest of the pack up front, and I think we are going to get DRS here, is it not? No, it's not until next lap, so we got to stick with them for one more lap here. So DRS is enabled. We've got the objective from Mark to get an average lap time of 1:31.2, which seems doable. We're putting up like 1:29, so that should be pretty easy to achieve. We are still in DRS range here, so we are going to get the rear wing open, and we actually might have a chance of dropping Miney behind us, and maybe we got a chance here to get into P8. So it turned out to be a horrible start to this weekend with a horrible qualifying and a horrible sprint race. We do have a chance here to get some points, not significant amount of points, but I would honestly be happy with the points finish here. We got one more lap, I think, to complete this objective for Mark as well. So DRS is going to help us get that wing open. Miney did get DRS, so he's still 7/10 behind us. As long as we can stick with Benavides here, stay in this DRS train, we should be on our way to some points here, or a point at the very least. I'm pretty sure P9 is 1 point. We're right at the cutoff. We're about to head on to the final lap here, and we are right on Benavidez's tail. I'm thinking we go for the dive bomb here and then just try and run away with it because we will have DRS as we go down the penultimate corner wheel to wheel with Benavidez. We got that inside line though, so we're going to be able to just etch him out, and we are going to get DRS here, but we won't have as much of a slipstream. So hopefully the DRS is enough to keep the drivers behind as Benavidez is behind us. We've secured ourselves an extra point, I think, if we can hold it for the remainder of this lap. Of Benavidez is getting fairly close to us, and we are just going to hold him off. Now we're on defense. We're just on park the bus mode until the end of the lap because I don't think we have a chance of catching up to Hauger unless someone locks up at the front there. Just take it nice and easy. This corner, very easy to lose it and go wide. I think there's some tire marks there from when I did it earlier. And I think Benavidez locked up too. He falls down the order. I don't see him on the leaderboard anymore. So now we got a 1 second gap to Miney. And with that, we're going to get a P8 here, I think. So that is 2 points for us. And given the weekend that we had, very, very happy with that. I think we'll still be in the lead of the Drivers' Championship. We're going to find out here as we cross the line. Ollie Behrman takes the checkered flag in Imola. We cross the line in P8, and I will take that. Okay, I really need to get my rules straight for F2 because that entire time I thought we were battling for the points for P9, but in the feature race, P10 is the cutoff for points. You get 1 point for P10. Same thing as F1. The sprint race is where I believe it is P9? No, it's P7. Oh my god. No, P8. Okay, so I didn't get either of them right, but we get points nonetheless. 6 points for us coming in P7. And great news is that Frederick Vesti does not win the race, so he's only going to get 19 points. He does get an additional point, I believe, for the fastest lap. No, there's no point for fastest lap. 19 points for Frederick Vesti, and with that, we are still going to be in P1, but Frederick Vesti has reduced that gap to just 34 points, so we still have a cushion of an entire race weekend, basically, before Frederick Vesti passes us. But we're on race 5 now, so we're approaching the halfway point, and that is more than enough time for Frederick Vesti to overtake us in the drivers' standings. Overall, not a great weekend. We saved it in the feature race by scoring some points, but we're definitely going to have to do better in the upcoming races if we want to keep that lead. But we've got ourselves up to a 70 overall rating. Pretty good weekend in terms of stats. I'm sure we could have gotten a little bit more if we just perform better in qualifying and the sprint, but I will take that. A bunch of XP points for us, and I'm not sure if this actually affects my driving. I do notice a little less grip compared to time trial, so maybe there's a factor in this. It could just be placebo though, but that is going to be it for this one, guys. If you watched up to this point, be sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you guys know when the next video comes out. I'm not sure what the next race is, but until then, guys, I will catch you in the next one. Have a great day, everyone.